Good morning, students. Today in English class, I'll be teaching grammar, under which you will study the format of formal letter. As we all know, letters are one of the oldest form of communication and an essential ingredient of life. Letters may be classified as formal, informal, and social letters. Now I'll begin with formal letter. These are official letters written in a formal tone. This could be business letters for making proposal or inquiries, placing orders, complaining about product or responding to the complaints, official letters to principal of educational institution or to professional men seeking or giving information, expressing grievances or responding to them, letter to the editor of a newspaper to express opinion or to create public awareness. Now let's start with the feature of formal letter. Letter should be brief, clear, and to the point. For example, when writing a formal letter, make a direct start introducing the purpose of your letter. Next, positive and polite language should be used, even in a letter of complaint. Simply state the problem along with any other relevant information and try to avoid threat of being offensive. Try to use modals like could, would, should. Use politeness in your letter, but no civility, means no pleasing words. Avoid expression like begging the favor of, esteemed order, thanking you in anticipation, etc. Write precise, factual statement. Avoid any unnecessary details. Be focused on the purpose of your letter and furnish only such information as would facilitate identification and action in case of a letter or complaint or inquiry. You would also emphasize your point in case your letter is to draw attention to an issue of public interest. Always use simple language and short sentence structures. Keep the expression clear and precise. Use short, uncomplicated structures that do not distract the receiver and put things straight for the receiver. Now let's start with the layout and content organization of a formal letter. The content of the letter are aligned to the left of the sheet, starting with the sender's address at the top left corner. It is better to skip a line between the various elements of your letter so that all the elements stand out distinctly. We start with the sender's address. This is the return address. It is the address of the sender of the letter so that the recipient can easily find out where to send a reply. The sender's name is not mentioned here. Also, do not use any punctuation mark except a comma between the date and the year, like today is 26th of April 2020. So we will mention April 26, 2020. For example, when we write down the sender's address, it will start as 26 Civil Lines, Allahabad 211008, Uttar Pradesh. After sender's address, we'll mention date. For writing the date, follow the month, date, year format. That is, write the name of the month in full, followed by the date and then the year. For example, April 26, 2020. Then we had receiver's address. The receiver's address should include the name and the designation of the receiver. For example, the principal, the manager, or the editor. Do not use any punctuation mark in the address. Like if you are writing, write down the editor directly without any punctuation mark. The editor, The Times of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Marg, New Delhi. Now we have subject. The subject states precisely the purpose of the letter. It makes it easier for the recipient to find out what the letter is about and ensures the letter is passed on to the appropriate or the concerned department or person. Keep the subject short and crisp, preferably not more than 7 to 8 words. For example, subject is your placing order for books for the school library. Next is the important part is salutation and or we say greeting. The salutation varies depending on whom the letter is addressed to. If you are writing a letter to businessman, use Dear Madam / Sir. To official, then Madam / Sir. To editors, Madam / Sir. Body of the letter. This is the main part of the letter. It is divided into short, clear paragraph, most generally into 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph should state the purpose of the letter. It should contain the main idea or reference to the issue of the letter. The second paragraph, you may comment on the main issue or state your observations depending on the purpose of your writing. In third paragraph, sum up the letter with a polite wish, idea, suggestion, or an appeal or request for action to improve the situation. Then we have a complimentary close. This is a short polite closing that ends your letter. It should correspond with your salutation. Suppose to a businessman you are writing, so at last you should mention yours truly or yours sincerely. If it's an official letter, end with yours faithfully. If a letter is to the editor, then yours truly. After that, signature. Put your signature below the complimentary clause and above your name. Then at the last, we are having the enclosures. Sometime you may be required to attach with your letter a document or evidence or in support of your claim. Mention the document that you are attaching under the closure.